All right, hello. We are going to be drawing these haunted houses. So this is my sample, and you only need a couple things. You need a silver Sharpie, so this is what I'm going to be using, and then these construction paper crayons. They're from Crayola, and they're made for dark surfaces. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We are not going to be using a pencil. We're just going to be using the silver pen, and I'm going to kind of show you how to get some guidelines going so that you can space it out correctly. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do first. Okay, so the first line we're going to be drawing is this bottom line right here. And I'm just going to kind of push this out as I draw, and I'll pull it back when I need to. But you're going to be going ahead and drawing a line that's just like a little bit, just making sure it's in the picture, just a little bit, I'd say like a finger width apart. So then you're just going to connect the lines. Again, this line does not have to be straight. We're not looking for, perfection or anything like that. We don't need a ruler because it is a hand-drawn picture. And then we want to be able to build up, so we're going to have lots of different layers. So here I've got this layer, and then a taller one. So we want to kind of space it out. This should take about, the basement and the first part of the house should be about like this big. So if you take your hand and just kind of go like that, that's going to be both layers. So if you want to just put like a little tiny dot, just like a guide dot so you can see, that kind of helps space out where we're going to be drawing. So we're going to be kind of taking those two and dividing that in half. And this half section is going to be the basement. Now we're going to be drawing like a little bit of a staircase right here, so I don't want to have lines right here. So I'm going to say bring your line in about here, just to leave a little room for a staircase. Just check to make sure you guys can see that. Okay. So then now you want to go ahead and you also want your roof is going to go all the way across, with the bottom part of the roof actually. So we don't want to draw all the way across the page like we did this line. This line's the only line that goes across the page. And actually, now that we're kind of thinking of it, let's go ahead and put our name right here so we don't forget, nice and neat and in the corner. Okay, so I'm going to be drawing a line across, but I don't want it to go all the way across. I want it to come to right about here. So we're going to be drawing a line that's a little bit shorter because we're drawing the basement to our house, but it doesn't go all the way across. So you can go ahead and draw that line, and then bring this down. I'm going to have a little space right here because we're going to be drawing stairs. I didn't leave a ton of room for stairs, but that's okay. It's just gonna go off the page. Okay, and then now I'm gonna be drawing the house, or the second layer, which is the house part. You're just gonna go ahead and just to that little line that you drew, that's gonna be the top of the line. And then we're gonna go ahead and draw. So go ahead and stop right there. And then right about here and here, that's where the house part's gonna go, the front part of the door. So we're just gonna go ahead and draw up from here to here, up from here to here. And then we're gonna draw like a little house shape. Okay, then we're just gonna, now I can kind of, the reason that I kind of stopped right here is because this kind of goes in front. So then this will connect, and this start here and connect here. And what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm just gonna kind of show you the basics of how to draw the first part of the house. And then you can go back later, and when we do the top part, you can kind of make your own, just kind of do what you want to do with it, adding your own details, and kind of making your own structure. So I'm just kind of showing you right now. Okay, so this is the main part of the house. So this is like a little, kind of like a little structure. And here's the door. Okay, you can make like a little window at the top if you want. This is like the awning right here, and then I make a line right here to add some details. And then coming down from the house is stairs. So I'm gonna draw, this is like the banister. Ooh, I drew really tall stairs here. This is a really high up house. And then the stairs, since you're looking straight at them, they're just gonna be across like this. And then if you want to add just like a little more shading at the bottom. And then we're going to draw the roof. So the roof's going to come in a little bit. So because we're making a line that comes in this way, and it's going to either come a little bit above this top of the house or behind it. So we're just going to put a dot right here, and it's going to be coming in. We're going to be making a swooping line, so there's like a curved line, and you're going to do the same thing here. And then this one's going to come past the house, so it's going to go like this. So see how it kind of comes past the house. Then we're going to connect the line from here to here. And we kind of have our basic structure now. So just to add a couple details, this is like a porch out here. So here's like the little place where they stand, and then you can draw stairs that are leading off to the side. I didn't leave a ton of room here. That was kind of my mistake. Just kind of depends how much room you have. The stairs are cut off, but that's okay because every drawing is different, even when I've done this a million times. Okay, and then so now we have our little basement. So in our basement, there's a creepy set of eyes down here. If you want. There's something lurking in the basement. And then we have another little window in there. And then once we get to this, we can draw different, each little section is gonna have different designs and different colors with our crayons. And we'll come back to that and design it later. For now, please just kind of do what I'm doing just to get an idea. And like I said earlier, you'll be able to go back and take some of the things you learned and design and kind of create your own. Okay, so now I drew some windows. If you would like, you could do some shutters, open shutters. If you want to keep them closed like this, you can, but I'm going to show you how to draw open. So to draw open, you're just going to draw diagonal lines like that, kind of leading off from each of those corners, and then draw a line down. And then we're going to do the same thing. Just shows that it's open. And then, so this is pretty much the first part of our house. But now we're going to draw some details for a roof. Because we're doing details for a roof right here, you already are kind of doing some details that you don't need to do later. So you're not going to be coloring the roof in. So just remember that. So I'm going to be drawing this line, and it's going in the direction of the roof line that I originally drew right here. So I'm just kind of going like that. And then as it kind of starts to curve, and when it gets to the middle, it kind of starts to curve the other way. See how my lines aren't straight? They're just like curved a little bit, going in the direction of the roof. Then once you do that, then we're gonna do like a curved line or a scalloped edge. I notice how when I get to like this house, I jump across. I'm not going over it. Okay, so that's the first part of the house. I think we've got everything. Oh, there's one more part. You're also gonna have a banister going down. And it comes kind of all the way down where it goes. Okay, so the next part of the house is kind of up to you. You can kind of take what we've done and build up. I'm gonna do this basic one where, I'll just show you right here, where I kind of start here. I build like a smaller little tower, and then I'm going up with some smaller little roofs going up the top. So I'm gonna be doing that. You are welcome to kind of interpret it how you'd like. Maybe you don't want a tower here, maybe you want it going, maybe you want a second story going all the way across and a roof like this. Or maybe you do this and then you also have something behind it, like maybe another one of these structures behind it. So feel free at this point to kind of build up how you would like. I'm just gonna build this structure and do it like this, so you can do that with me if you want. You also can, you know, you could put another tower right here. I like to leave this little space for a pumpkin, so you can do that too. Also in some of them, I put like a bell or a window up here. This one I did a window, like a round window. And then this one over here, I did a bell inside. You could also put a little pumpkin, that would be cute too. So it's up to you what you want to do. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of this like this so you guys can see. And I'll show you how to do pumpkins in a minute too if you wanna learn how to do pumpkin. Okay, so again, we're gonna leave space here. And I like to draw out with little lines, kind of like see, this one's kind of already drawn for me, kind of see where I'm drawing to. This one is gonna be tall and I'm gonna draw it from here to here. Because I want this one to kind of come out a little bit, be taller than the second part of the house. So the second part of the house is gonna be a little bit shorter and I'm gonna draw it from here to here. This is gonna be my second part of the house. The roof kind of comes out a little bit there. I'm gonna stop it right there. And this is my little tower. And I'm just gonna draw these little lines coming up. Here I have my roof. It's coming down like this. So see how I'm kind of drawing little lines. I'm gonna hold off on this line. Draw a little dot and then swoop in this way. Go across, and then this one's coming behind, so I'm just gonna have it overlap, and then this comes this way. So you could build up if you want. You could still build some more. Maybe there's another tower at the top. You could also stop here if you want and have this one go up. You could go crazy. Well, not too crazy. We want to also remember we're not going to be overdoing things because we want to make sure we have that self-restraint. You also can do like a little fence at the top. That's what I'm drawing right now. You can put this anywhere. You could put it on top of here. And then just little details, little spikies, so the crows don't hang out too long. And then I'm gonna draw a window. I'm gonna show you a curved window. So you could draw a window like that. You could do windows like that here. This could be closed if you want. You could just draw a line and draw two little closed things like this. Or if you want it to be open, I'll show you how to do that. Also, if you're noticing on here, I do a spider web and a broken shade. I'm going to show you actually how to do that with crayon. I think it looks a little bit better with the crayon. So I'll show you that in a little bit. But if you want to do an open window, here you would just do the same thing we did earlier, except the shutter is going to be curved a little bit because it comes out. Again, this is up to you. You could put whatever you want inside here. Maybe there's a little pumpkin. I wouldn't get too crazy with details because you don't want it to take away. We're going to be drawing a lot of patterns and everything, so you want to kind of keep this part mysterious. I'm going to draw just some square windows here. You could draw different shape windows if you want. You could draw windows that are like that if you'd like. And then decide how you want these windows to be. I'm going to have these closed just because I want to show you how to do that. Okay, so then now we're going to do the roof structures. The roof, again, remember it goes this way, kind of following that first roof line. And then as you get to the middle, you're just going to start to curve it the other way. And then we're going to scallop edge. And remember, we're not going to be putting a pattern in here or coloring the roof when we get to that part. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing going down. On this roof. So you want to go down. I'm going in the same direction. I'm about in the middle. Curve your line a little bit. And scalloped edge. And then now I'm just going to build up. Some of my students, they put a little clock right here. That was a really cute idea too. Again, just kind of, you're going to be doing, let me move this clip now. Over here. The roof the same way, so you kind of can still make those little dots. Coming out from the roof a little bit and then connect. I don't really have room right here for anything else. Sometimes we did like a little weather pane. You could do something like that. Or right now I don't really have room, so I'm not gonna overdo it. Here's a little detail of a little roof thingy. And then now I'm just gonna finish the roof. And I think because I haven't done it yet, I'm gonna do a clock. You don't wanna get too much detail because these pens are thick, but. Okay, so sorry I had to stop. But I'm back. Okay, so then now we're pretty much finished. Just go ahead and do what you need to do. If you want to do something behind there, or if you want to leave it, you can. But again, let's not overdo things and make them too crazy. I'm just going to show you how to do a pumpkin really quickly. If you would like to, a pumpkin's just pretty simple. Kind of comes down. They can be a little bit fatter, a little thinner if you like. I just start from here, down. And then if you want to do like a little curly Q, you can. And that is that. Here's like the little wood detail. So I think we're finished with this part. When you're done, go ahead and put your pen back on the cap back on your pen. Make sure it clicks so it doesn't dry out. These do dry out pretty easily. And then we're gonna do a little bit of experimenting with some different patterns on the back of your paper. So go ahead and turn your paper over. And then in the bottom corner, we're just gonna be practicing some different patterns. So get your crayons. So different patterns, I just wanna talk to you guys about what a pattern is. A pattern is something that repeats itself. You want it to go all the way across. You want it to be fairly simple. You want it to, you know, add color and add to it, but you also don't want it to take away. So I'm going to also be showing you these brick patterns first. That's kind of a cool thing to do, especially at the bottom of a like a basement or something like that. And then I'll just be showing you some different patterns. When you do these, you can do different color patterns. Like here I did like green and then one yellow and then a couple more greens and then one yellow. Here I did a pattern of colors. Also, while we're talking about colors, when you're doing this, if you could please only pick, I would say no more than 4 colors, 3 to 4 colors. You don't want it to look like Rainbow Bright's house. This is still like a mysterious house. So I'm not gonna have rainbow colored haunted house. So for this, I picked some more Halloween-y colors. And then gray, I mean, that doesn't really count as a color. You can use that in addition because it's kind of more of like the black. But I would say to pick a couple colors that you're gonna use, maybe the ones that seem kind of Halloween-y to you, and then put the rest away. So think about what you wanna use, kind of create your color palette, and then put the rest aside. So it's not Rainbow Bright's house. Okay, so, but first, we're just gonna talk about some patterns. Right now, I'm gonna show you how to do the, we're just practicing on the back. This is how to do a brick pattern. So to do brick patterns, you would just have, we're just gonna draw a row of rectangles, and then you would color those in. You don't need to spend a whole bunch of time. Also, when you are doing your patterns on your haunted house, you want to color in fairly dark so that it really pops. It really is bright. If you color in light, it doesn't show as much. So then now we have this first row of bricks. On the second row of bricks, the brick is going to be in between the spaces. So that is how you make a brick pattern. And then the third row will be just like the first row. So that's kind of how that extends. And then the second row is like the fourth row. So that's how you would do bricks, but you would color them all in. For time's sake, I'm not gonna do that. Also, you can do another brick pattern that's just with lines. So these lines would go all the way across your structure, and then I would have, here's these lines here, and then my second row would be the lines in between, and then my third row would be just like the first row, and so that pattern would continue. Okay, so that's how you do bricks. You can also do, I'm gonna use this to show brighter, you can also do little scalloped edges across like this. So this would be one of the rows that you do. You could also do them big. So here's little, here's big, here's where they're connected. So you could have them connect like this if you want. Also, you could do, there's diagonal lines going this way. You could do vertical lines. You could also do, if you have, you know, vertical lines and horizontal lines, you could do a pattern like that. just kind of changing it up to show you. You could do zigzags. You could do big zigzags. You could do little zigzags. You can do spirals. So you could like just kind of connect them. Do a pattern like that. That looks cute. Also, you could do little dots, like this. You could even do like a couple different colors. Ah, I just broke that. Did it too hard. You could do big dots, like big polka dots. You can also kind of mix and match too. Like you could do like big polka dots with little polka dots or something like that. You can do squares. So you could just do like a row of squares. And then squares in between. You could color them in if you wanted. I kind of did that in a weird way. You start with lines and just kind of square it off. And then color every other one to kind of make like a checkerboard kind of a look. So you could do that. You could even like go in and color it in with a different color. And then just think of any like other patterns you could do diagonal this way. So there's lots of different choices. Just think of simple patterns that look really good. When you are putting them on your house, you want to make sure you're going all the way across. So if I'm doing my brick, and then just watch me first before you do this. So if I'm doing my brick, I want to go all the way across and then even like not showing on that side. Like I'm not going to just start in the middle and just leave it in the middle. I want to continue the pattern all the way across the space, even if it overlaps a little bit. You don't want to just like start it in the middle and leave it. So I'm going to bring it across, otherwise it doesn't look finished. And then you're going to want to make sure to use overlapping strategies to stop if you get there, but really make sure you go all the way across. And then even if it doesn't show, it would still be there. Okay. Yeah, so just like have fun with it. Do a pattern in each little section, except for the roof. So if I'm doing polka dots here, maybe I'm gonna do some zigzags somewhere else. If you wanna use like one or two colors in the same spot, you can. Like maybe I'm gonna use these two, so you can like use a different combo of colors. I'm gonna show you one more thing after I'm done with this. Also, you can color in you don't really want to color in at this point. We're not like coloring in completely, but you can do little details, like just little lines or something. You don't want to just like color in something. You can color in like little spaces, like you probably are going to want to color in your pumpkin, but don't just like, maybe you could probably color in the door or something. Little spaces is fine, but we're not solidly coloring in, we're just decorating with designs. Okay, so I want to show you one more thing. I want to show you how to do a spider web. I'm going to do a spider web in this corner. So to do the spider web, you just bring your crayon down. I'm just going to check to see if you can see. Yeah, you can see. And then you're just gonna make like a couple lines going like this. You could use white for this too. And then you're just kind of doing the same scalloped edges that you did for the roof, but it's just going diagonal. So see how it's just like diagonal? So that's how you make a spider web. Also, if you want to do like a broken shade in the window, here it is slanted. And then here's like the little handle, the little pole. It's broken. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. Go ahead and think about what patterns you're gonna do. I would color these in, of course. So again, you're not gonna be coloring in like sections. You can do, you know, little lines or things like that. Patterns in the spaces. You're gonna be wanting to get all of the buildings colored in. This is outside right here. This is the downstairs, all of this. Oh, one more thing. I'm gonna draw some eyes down here. There's something lurking in there. You can do that, but just do various patterns to make it look awesome. And then also one more thing, if you want to do like little tufts of grass, tufts or like little like bunches of grass, you can kind of do that on the ground to kind of give it a little oomph. Okay, all right, I hope you guys enjoy doing this. I'm just gonna put this up for you to look at. Please also do not, again, color in anything because we won't, I mean, you can color in little spaces. I mean, just like don't color in big spaces. You want it to be patterny. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. Continue to do your patterns, and I am looking forward to seeing these awesome haunted houses. I'm sure they're gonna be beautiful. And then when you are done, I will give you instructions on how to cut. All right? Okay, imagine away. Okay, so now that you're finished designing, I'm gonna show you how to cut this out. So one really important thing, the reason that I'm showing you how to cut out, I know you know how to cut out, but the reason that I'm showing you is because I don't want you cutting on the line. Because if you cut on the line, you're gonna cut off a lot of your beautiful drawing. So when I cut out, so see how I go around, I make like a little bubble sort of, or a shadow or something, and I go around and I really make like a nice cut around it. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So watch me first, and then when I'm all finished, I will let you guys can do it. So I'm just cutting around my haunted house. And then doing the curves, I'm just going up. You can also always go back and cut more. You can't cut less. So sometimes when you have like corners that you can't get into, I'll show you right now what that means. I just cut a lot out and then I come back. So right here, it's gonna be really hard for me to reach in and get in that space. So I'm just gonna roughly cut like this. I'm gonna cut that stuff off. And then now I have a little less that I need to deal with. So then I can kind of come through and really concentrate on getting that neat cut. And kind of go back and cut. You don't need to cut in between each of these. That's a lot of work. I just kind of cut close, but I still am not cutting on that. Okay. So then just kind of go through, cut around. Really making sure It'll be like a little bubble. Okay, all right, so now that you see how to do that, you can go ahead and cut. Again, please don't cut on the beautiful drawn lines that you guys did. Okay, I'm so excited again to see these, and I hope you enjoyed doing these spooky haunted houses.